EWS,
the Overnight Underground Podcast. Now the headlines. Obama and Trump sling mud. China and the World Health Organization sling BS. COVID has eyes for you. Chicago keeps the rate up. Iran blows up its own warship, and Alaska is having a beaver boom. These stories and more coming up on today's Overnight Underground News. I'm John Ford. Former President Barack Obama had a private conversation with his former staffers, which turned out to be not so private, seeing that everyone now knows about it. The talks were engaged specifically to help drum up support for Joe Biden's campaign. With an election creeping closer and closer, Obama is taking off the gloves and starting to swing hard at Trump. During the call, Obama called the Trump administration's handling of the coronavirus pandemic, quote, an absolute chaotic disaster. Uncle Joe responded, of course, with something that sounded a bit like this. The White House retorted that President Trump's unprecedented action had saved American lives, and later lambasted the Obama response to swine flu during his administration. I say, lock them all in a room, and the enlightening confabulation between these two warring factions would undoubtedly sound something like this.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, really, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Wait, did you just say that you did?
What, they say that he did?
No, I said I didn't.
Me? I'm voting for Bullwinkle.
His board is bad enough here, and I approve this message.
My message is clear. Tuna fish, leg warmer, mastodons.
Paid for by Bad Enough is Good Enough.
And while everyone is pointing fingers at everyone else, a new report dug up by the German magazine of record Der Spiegel and reported now by numerous sources says that China pressured the World Health Organization to delay the global coronavirus warning. The report cites intelligence from Germany's Federal Intelligence Service that Chinese president and all-around great guy Winnie the Jinping Ping urged the WHO chief to, quote, delay a global warning about the pandemic, and held back data on the human-to-human transmission of coronavirus. Not to be outdone, the World Health Organization has called the allegations, quote, unfounded and untrue.
It's not true. It's absolutely not true.
Oh, great. Now they're saying you can catch coronavirus through your eyes. The Daily Mail reports that scientists at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine found that COVID-19 can latch onto receptors in your eyeballs. If COVID droplets land on your eye, the virus can begin running riot through your wretched and infected body. Wait, does this mean we'll have to start wearing eye patches along with face masks?
Now let's you just drop them pants.
Last week in Santee, California, we had the man shopping at the grocery store with a KKK hood. Remember that one? Well, this week, it's a pair of shoppers with Nazi swastikas on their masks shopping in the same California town. KUSI San Diego reports the couple were spotted and photographed by shoppers at the Food for Less in Santee, California. According to the article, San Diego Sheriff's deputies arrived and forced the shopper to remove the swastikas from his mask. Look, these people are either idiots or attention whores, but wearing a swastika isn't against the law. Honestly, you may not like it, but think about it. What right do the police have to tell you what kind of sticker or t-shirt you can wear or have on your car? Do you believe they have the right to tell you can't wear a t-shirt that says F Trump or the white man is a devil? No. You may have to deal with the consequences of wearing such attire, but your right to wear it is your own damn business and my responsibility. But how is it people are allowed to walk around with this kind of offensive crap and not get arrested? I believe it might have something to do with the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. But I know you were offended.
I am offended by that. Well, so what?
The COVID-19 lockdown hasn't stopped Chicago from keeping their stellar murder rate up. Yeah, even though the streets are allegedly barren, there's still plenty of gunfire in the Windy City. So much so that even the French have noticed. France 24 is reporting that 56 murders were committed last month, despite the stay-at-home orders in the city. And just last weekend, 4 people were killed and 46 others were shot and wounded. On the west side of the city, there's not a lot of social distancing taking place, with crowds gathering in the streets to dance to the music and, of course, shoot each other.
I command that you shoot me now.
A senior research director at the University of Chicago Crime Lab is stating that most of the shootings and the subsequent murders have occurred outdoors, and both shooters and victims have ignored stay-at-home orders.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Worry over a war with Iran has faded into the background with the advent of the global pandemic. Now it appears that the U.S. and its allies probably have even less to worry about from the autocratic Islamic State. It seems they're doing just fine waging war on themselves. Forbes and other sources are reporting that Iranian state media and the army say 19 are dead in a friendly fire incident in the Sea of Oman. The Iranians, it seems, were conducting live fire exercises with anti-ship missiles when one of the missiles slammed into one of their own warships. At least they know their missiles work. Command and control, not so much.
He blowed up.
He blowed up real good. Yeah.
Alaska is booming with beaver.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Up in northwest Alaska, they are indeed experiencing a massive beaver boom. In the last couple of decades, the Baldwin Peninsula has seen a massive increase in beavers, and that means more dams.
Damn.
To make a long story even longer, more dams mean big impacts on everything from fish populations to permafrost. University of Alaska Fairbanks researcher Ken Tape tells KOTZ Radio that there are so damn many dams, you can actually see them from space.
What we're seeing in the satellite imagery is that beavers have been building these new ponds and moving into these tree line and eventually into these tundra areas. And that's pretty exciting and a little bit scary as well.
You heard that right. Beavers in space!
Bucky Beaver Space Guard!
Okay, that's enough of that. One of the last original rock and rollers has passed away over the weekend. Little Richard's family have confirmed to Rolling Stone magazine that the 87-year-old rocker has died. The cause of Richard's death has not been released. Jerry Stiller, the father of Ben Stiller and husband of Ann Mira, with whom he formed the married comedic duo of Stiller and Mira, died over the weekend at the age of 92. Jerry Stiller may be best known these days as the frenetic father of Frank Costanza on The Seinfeld Show.
Except we gotta do something about the name.
Why, what's wrong with bro?
No, bro's no good. Too ethnic.
All right, you got something better?
How about the man's-ear?
Man's ear.
That's right. A brassiere for a man. The man's ear, get it?
In England, residents of Derbyshire are being invaded by toilet frogs. No, toilet frogs is not a new species, at least we don't think so. The frogs in question seem to be coming up through the pipes and are quite often found doing the backstroke in the toilet. Yeah, having to heed the call of nature in the wee hours of the morning and having a slimy frog hop up and whack you in your rectum?
Rectum? Damn near killed him.
I don't think so. One resident told the Derbyshire Telegraph that she now has to, quote, stand and squat now. Still others are taking the latrine amphibians in stride. One retired parishioner said, I saw two of them, one on the wall of the toilet and the other on the seat. I put them in a plastic container and took them into the garden. No one has croaked yet.
N-E-W-S.
A mostly correct and occasionally incomplete transcript and links to reference sources and articles of this Overnight Underground can be found at overnightunderground.com.